All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Good to be back. I know I was out last week, sick. Thank you for all the comments and notes and everything. I think it was just bad allergies that I had going on last week, but whatever it was, it knocked the crap out of me. And came back to work, and geez, if we didn't get rolled at work this week. So it's been a rough week, y'all. I don't know how y'all have done it. If y'all have had it this week or not, but geez Louise, this week was rough. Let's say good morning to everybody in here. I know Night Owl, G Key Man, Rune International, Dana got the lights this morning, Lockpicking Energy. Let's see, Ronald is here. Who else do we have? Who else? Y'all talking about? Let's see, Ronald picking an ace lock. Yeah, those ace locks actually can be pretty tricky sometimes. I've got one over here somewhere. Who else do we have in the chat? Let's see. Hop Skippity, good morning. And let's see, Nate Godden, good morning. Anthony, good morning. Bill Bacardi, good morning. Miko Wolf. Everybody here. Awesome, cool. So yeah, this week has been rough. Between coming back, I was feeling good enough. I went back to work Monday. Anyway, went back to work. It was just kind of a long day, getting back into the swing of things. And then the boss left. He's been gone since Tuesday, and we've just been busting our hind ends ever since. I sent a couple of y'all a picture Wednesday. I actually brought work home with me Wednesday, Thursday, and now this weekend. So we're going to take a look at what I've got going on over there. It's a big interchangeable core project. Pinned about 40 cylinders here the other night. And then I did a few more the following night. We ran out of springs. And so I got more springs and pins yesterday. So at some point this weekend, I'm going to get some more done. I did like 40 that night at home, went into the shop early the next morning because I had early jobs, and knocked out another like 20 or so cores. And then did some more at home that night. That's when I ran out of springs. And then yesterday was just, it took forever. Took forever to get through yesterday, but we have been slammed. But let's see here. Kurt O, Lock and Key, good morning. Brian Field, Gumby, training, not trading today. Anything Hex Drive can do, Torx can do better. This whole shop, actually, I missed a light. Like everything in here, the previous owner did with T25. And he was kind enough to leave me a huge bucket of T25 wood screws that are, like 2-inch, and I've got like some 3.5-inch. But anyway, let's see here. First post evaporated at hazmat training today. Cool. Well, Gumby, go be a glowworm today. Thanks for stopping in though. Appreciate it. Y'all saw yesterday, I got packages from Jeff Moss and Anthony. Anthony, still just blown away by this lock with the logo on it. That's awesome. We're going to see if I can pick it. I got another lock I'm going to pick. Y'all were talking about just sawing locks off. This was a trailer hitch lock. Guy brought it in, on the truck, locked, and he needed it removed so he could put his bike rack on there. had the key somewhere, but he couldn't get the key to turn all the way. And I tried picking for about 3 or 4 minutes, sitting down in the parking lot under the bumper of his truck. Couldn't really get a good angle, so after that I looked at him, I said, well, it's time for the die grinder. And I went over to my truck, grabbed the angle grinder out of it, brought it back over, and cut this thing right off. So took about 10 seconds to cut. But anyway, let's see. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Don't touch the white powder. The white powder. Oh, yeah. At hazmat training. Yep. Yeah, so Anthony, actually, it's funny because I think the boss has decided we're going to start getting more Packlock products. We sell Avis. We sell a ton of Avis. But the price increases lately have just gone through the roof. And, I mean, we're just not going to be able to make any money like we, always have been able to on selling those. And it's a shame because, I mean, you guys know how much I love the Avis padlocks, and especially the 83. But they're so versatile. You can put everything in there, but now the cost has just gone through the roof. And we're finding comparable products from Packlock. And so I think we're going to see kind of a shift towards that. And just kind of seeing how that goes, see how we're able to make money off of that. But anyway, let's see. Sometimes cutting just has to happen. Yep, and drilling too. I had a job actually that ran late. I think it was Wednesday, actually, before I came home and pinned cores. Wednesday had it was scheduled for Tuesday to do a rekey, commercial rekey, and this guy, we do work for him. It's property management, and anyway, he assured us that there was an existing key on site, blah blah blah. Well, the location used to be like a drugstore. It was a national chain drugstore, and anyway, he assured us there was an existing key. We get there, there's no key, so I call him. He said, yeah. He said, I accidentally cut the key in half with the grinder. Okay, while it was in your little lockbox. Gotcha. Okay, so I went and I told him, I said, this is, I'm looking at them, and I look at the cores, they're best cores. And so obviously probably didn't have the control key anyway. And I told him, I said, I'm going to have to come back tomorrow and do this because I'm going to have to drill cylinders. I'm going to have replacement cylinders pinned and ready to go. So I had to do that the next day and then go down, and I actually picked up another spider bit. We're going to talk about spider bits here in a second. But picked up another one for the truck, and actually 2 of them for the truck just to keep on there. And anyway, had to drill the cores out and replace them. So that took a little bit of time. And yeah, it's just been a week. Let's see. Firefighter 1241, good morning. Securatech, good morning. German-made Avis are great. The Chinese ones aren't. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a shame about it, but hey, it is what it is now. So, let me bring you guys. I'm gonna show you guys over here a couple things because I know y'all want to see. Camera. All right, and you can see there, got the Falcon. This is one of our IC pin kits, and let's see there. I got my secret bitting over there. I'm not going to show you. Got all that stuff in there. Of course, the capping block. We do have a capping punch or a capping press at the shop. I hate it. Even with it bolted down, I still hate it. And got springs yesterday. It's really good to have a great distributor. We talked a little bit about distributors. If you're on Reddit, you'll see that I talked about a distributor in reply to somebody who had posted, and I got answered by Chensky. He and I kind of exchanged posts last night, so if you're on Reddit and you care to go find that, it's pretty interesting. But anyway, now I've got extra pins, got caps over here. But our distributor yesterday, it's actually US Lock. I'll name them. They've got a warehouse near our shop, within, I think it's 7 miles away from our shop. But anyway, they're really good people, and I hate to see them kind of atrophying right now because they're just getting smaller and smaller, not restocking other stuff. But they're great for when you need pins, springs, just odds and ends to get jobs done. And the woman who works there at our warehouse, she's awesome. The guy that works there too, and our rep for them, they're all great. But anyway, she was able to grab me some springs, even though they weren't on the original order. And we got a bunch of pins. Got these cores over here. These are ones I did the other day. You can see them all lined up. And got a box here. That's what I got left to do. So not that bad. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left in the box. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 I got done. And these are restricted keyway cores. One of the reasons why we went to them for this project is they wanted key control. So they're Falcon restricted keyway. And we'll get over here to the bench. Let's see. Look at the chat. Oh no, Falcon. What do you mean, oh no? Night Owl? It's actually pretty cool to have a restricted keyway for IC, and because we've got them, we've got our own restricted keyway that pins up according to Schlage. We've got, of course, our Medico keyways. We've got our, of course, our regular multi-lock keys. But let's see, what else do we have that's restricted? We got something else. Let's see, would that be the Blue Falcon? Nah. One other thing I want to show real quick. Told my boss about these, but he hadn't seen them. I don't know if he's watching today or not. The lady at the distributor at US Lock, she had these, 2 of these and a bunch of packs of pins, and they had told her just to throw them away. And so we now have Medico cam switch lock, 2 of them. So I'm not going to take it out of the package because it's brand new. So we can still sell it, but it's pretty cool to have those just in case you need one for replacement. But they're really good people. I like them. Falcon is just budget Schlage. Quality is not great. We've gotten, normally the IC cylinders that we actually get the Medico ones because they're cheaper than the actual best brand, but they pin up very, very well. Some other ones, they don't pin up that well. They don't really work that well for us that we've found. But so far, I've got one core at the shop that I've pinned up twice and just didn't work. So I don't know if I was capping it too deep or something like that. But anyway, Jay, good morning. Ox, New York. Yeah, we'll just dock it out of your pay that you're late today. But thanks for showing up. Fonzie, good morning. Let's see. So we looked at this. Let me get, there we go. There's some more light. Shed some light on the situation. I just want to take a second to see if I can pick this trailer hitch lock that I had to cut off the other day. Not even sure which way it picks to unlock. All in the way of myself right there. There we go. I could get like 2 wafers to click set for me. And it would actually turn just a little bit like that. See, it turned. There we go. Okay. So that just turned like a quarter of a turn and locked back. I don't know. Still not releasing it, so I think something's broke in there, something's corroded. We'll look at that one day on live when I don't have anything else to do. Got these guys right here. You can see the new compact cylinder locks. Are actually they're actually alloy, or they were alloy. Drilled these a couple weeks ago. Actually, like 3 weeks ago, I think. And one of them, I completely got the pack. Had to take the whole disc pack out and got it open that way. I did this one with the spider bit. This was my spider bit that I showed in that live one morning. And this lock actually killed it. Finally, but you have to remember I had gone through, all that other steel and stuff, and so it finally killed it on the hard plate for this one. But this one, I stuck a regular bit in there, and it actually caught the hard plate, and I guess spun it just enough, and it actually spun open and popped the lock open. So I lucked out there. Those are trash now. I don't know how this would work. Like if you put it in a drill doctor, I don't know how these bits would do. I don't know. We'll see. These are going in the giveaway box. Whoever gets a giveaway might pull one of these out. Took these off the little emergency key boxes. They've got the little breakable glass on the front. They didn't have, property management didn't have any keys to these. And so I just replaced them with some new cam locks. So that'll go in those boxes. Let's see here. All right, Bill. Stay safe, brother. Let's see. Arrow SFIC works just fine. Yeah. I don't know if I've tried one of those. I think we've got some. Let's see here. Jay, those actually came off of a panel for an automatic car wash to open the car wash panel where the money's stored behind and everything. All right, let's see. What is next? Of course, we looked at these last night. I'll give you a close-up of that logo lock again. That's awesome. And Jeff was telling me this follower, actually Bobby Keys printed this follower. It's one of his makes. So I've got a bunch of his stuff actually over there and just kind of floating around. All right, let's look at first, since the title is don't pull the plug. Y'all saw in my video last night that I pulled the plug because I failed to check and see if the retainer was on there. I've done that before on other locks and blew them up. But I did find the retaining clip and the cap for the tailpiece and the tailpiece were all in that bag as well. So I managed to get the plug back in where it should be. And I want to try using the better resetter on this. We're going to put this in the vise. Never use the better resetter on Schlage Securakey. Normally we tell people, call Schlage, tell them what you have, and they will send you replacements. Working at the car wash, yep. Yeah, Securakey's nasty. This one feels pretty gooey inside, so I'll hose that down. There's a rag. Hose it down, blow it out. Houdini in air. First aid kit for any locks. All right. See if I can get the camera just right to watch this. There we go. All right, so the way that the video says is you take a regular SC1 blank, put it all the way in, then you take this end of the tool, hold down on, just hold it in place so it holds all of the little fingers down. Just hold it tightly. Then you remove that. Turn it counterclockwise to, it's about 11 o'clock for the reset position. Then you take your blue key. Let's see here. Okay. Guess it's about like that. Yeah. Okay, there. It I didn't have it turned far enough. Put that in. Let's reset it. Pull that out. Put the new one in. And it turned once and then locked back up on me. Okay. Let's try that again. Maybe I wasn't holding my tongue just right. Okay, here it is. Okay, blue key out, change key in. There we go, turns. All right, I think we did it. I think we actually did it there. It's pretty cool. Nice. Let's do this one. Yes, I'm still going to tell customers just to call Schlage and have Schlage warranty these out for them. So great to watch American quality products. Yeah. We wish we could have nice things over here. Okay. Here it is to the reset. Blue key out. New key in. Cool. Awesome. Still kind of rough. Probably needs some Houdini in there. That's kind of nasty. Alright, cool. Awesome. So now we have 2 Securakey cylinders with a working change key. Cool. Awesome. Jeff, really appreciate that. Thank you, sir. And Night Owl, thank you for the better resetter. I use it like weekly, regularly. And you get a Lock Lab set up. Let's see. All right, GQ man, we'll see you. So quality, much wow. It's the key cut to perfect specs. Do I have? Yep. Well, here's the closest thing that I have to a good key gauge. Let's see. We got 1, 4, 8, 7. Oh no, that's stopping right there. So stopping right on 8, maybe. Or 6. I don't fuck. Excuse me. 25872 is what the code is on both of these. So, I mean, they look. They look decent. So, I don't know. Probably close enough. That being horribly off. Obviously, you can't have that with, with Quickset. You can have a little bit of slop in there, but let's see. Jay, I haven't had a chance to watch your videos yet this week. All right, let's try. First off, let's clean some Houdini off of this. Yeah, definitely have homework to do this weekend. I wish I had a good place to do it inside. Just sit there and watch television and have some beverages and pin cores. Let's see. Let's use this pick. Got my really good picks put away, but kind of retired them. All right, let's see how good this pack lock is to pick. been a while since I've actually sat down and just picked something for fun. Yes, I know I'm cheating by using a vise, but, you know. Out in the field, it would be cut. Some moonshine will knock that cold out. There was definitely some of that last week. That's for sure. I didn't get any of the really good locally made stuff, but I did get some that helped. Let's see. How's TV doing after the repair? Actually, they decided to refund me my money, which is kind of weird. They said they were refunding it due to COVID instead, but they've sent a technician out 3 times for 2 different units. Yeah. And I asked them to escalate it. I was kind of done with that. So as soon as I get my check from them, I will be shopping around for a different brand. And unfortunately, my old TV that was working as my backup quit working. And then I took the old TV that was out here in the shop, and it actually, looking at the picture quality, is actually better than the one that was the last old television, if that makes sense. Now the new one that broke, when it was working, picture quality on it was awesome. But the one that's like 12 years old now actually still has a good picture quality, even if there are a bunch of burned out pixels. And the sound quality on it's really good, just the television itself. Took 2 weeks to get Packlock 200A open. I first started picking 2.5 years ago. Cool, yeah. Actually, the very first Packlock that I got was given to me by a buddy I used to work with. And he got it military surplus. He was in the Army, and kind of surplused it out of there. And that was really, really cool. There we go. Sweet. I'm not going to take it apart. But definitely serrated and spools in there. And fun to pick. And looks even better. So, again, Anthony, thank you. Jay showed me the picture, the one you sent him. That was awesome. And, yeah, so thank you. Thank you so much. See, let's look at the... See, my grandpa called whiskey his cough syrup. Oh, you ended up sick too, Dana? I'm sorry. That's why I only spent like, 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, telling y'all I wasn't going to be here. Fonzie was sick too. Yeah, the TV was junk. They had just sunk too much money in it. So, mine was either hangover or food poisoning. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, me. And as I understand it, Jason is not live today because of their daughter getting married today. So I think that's the first live he's not had in the history of him doing lives. So I kind of wish I had more today. But hell, it's only 10:30. We got to find something else to do. What else y'all want to do today? I don't know. Let's figure out what else to do since we've got some time. Got some time left to kill. And I wouldn't mind just sitting down and pinning some cores, but show us that Medico you got. Okay. Well, I guess I can bring the camera back around here. Hey, Dave Adion. Good morning. Jason said he might try to do a short live. Shop cleanup, find nice things to send out. I'm not gonna tackle cleaning the shop today. It just ain't gonna happen, y'all. Okay. Well, let's get the camera back around here. My light keeps going dim on the camera. I've got it on a little shoe mount on top of where the phone sits. Okay. Here's the Medico that Jeff sent. I think that's just the Medico Classic, isn't it? Just lift and rotate, nothing else special. Am I correct on that? Let's see if we can't pick it. Biaxial. Okay. Phew. That had some junk in it. Let's see. Show things from the Tim's to bring home bucket. Yeah, we can go over that next. I'll give a few minutes trying to pick this thing. I doubt I'll get it picked. Normally I have to be kind of in a Medico mood to get them picked. I like trying to... Okay, cool, Night Owl. Split circle tells you that it's biaxial. Okay. And just to make sure I'm thinking correctly, that is lift and rotate, correct? That's all there is to that one. Okay. All right. Got a good false set. Lift and rotate, but with forward and backward offset tips. Okay, so you got the... So this is when they came out with the fore and aft pins, correct? Wow, we got 21 people tuned in today. I really wish I'd found my get up and go this morning. Maybe had something a little bit more planned. Okay. Keep getting a good false set. Gotcha. And for the M3, the little sliding element on the side, is that just more key control, or is that actually active in locking the cylinder? I mean, we sell M3. That's what we have at the shop. But of course, we just don't pick it. M4 replaces M3 slider with Primus style finger pins and side milling. Gotcha. No, I'm really blocking y'all's way. And the lights. God, I gotta get better lights. M3 slider actively blocks the sidebar from retracting until it's pushed to the correct position. Gotcha. Okay. This one might be a minute. Yeah, one day I'm going to really sit down, like when I have time, I plan on sitting down with the M3 that I have, trying to pick it. Not gotten my hands on the M4 yet. I mean, I've seen everybody who's got demos and stuff like that, but not actually gotten my hands on pinning one or something. Don't think we're going to go to M4 anytime soon. Just because we've got a lot tied up in the M3 right now. I think we're up to about the same amount of time that I spent on the pack lock. Okay. All right. That will be one for a different day. Like when I'm bored. Cool. Tough little lock. All right. Let's see. At the still not even 11 yet. Jeez. Well, let's see what we can bring over from here. I already kind of looked at stuff. Guess I could show you guys pinning one of these. Have to keep all my information secret. So you set this right over here. Carefully, very carefully, move this over. I was saying the other day that if I dropped one of those, if I dropped the pinning kit, I would just bring the remains, bring everything that I have back to the shop along with my uniforms, and just quietly leave. Alright, so got my secret stuff over here. Move my picks out of the way. I'm trying to do this to where I can't really see all the top secret information with it. But you can still kind of watch what I'm doing. Alright, so I really don't care for pinning these. The first thing I like to do is I use this ejector more than just ejecting the pins. I like to use it, get all the chambers lined up and everything, and also to kind of tap down the little, tap down the pins. And anyway, Rune, I've got an idea. I'm going to do this one. My bidding sheet's over to the side. I've got the pin kit kind of moved a little bit. And I'm not going to show like the last two chambers as I pin them, like the last two or three maybe, so that that way it does stay secure, and I won't show the bidding of the keys. So, plus, I mean, it is a restricted keyway, so good luck getting a blank for it. But anyway, so what you have to do is just like Miko said, the magic number is 23. So all your pin stacks add up to 23, and you just go one at a time. Some of these pins, like the 2 wafers, are very tiny. It's time consuming. Just put it in, stack it up. Like for the first couple stacks, I use the ejector just to tap them down all the way. Keeps the the plug from rotating. And you just kind of get in your rhythm, picking up the pins, putting them in there. Hope we got some more of those. And you just kind of keep going, yeah, I didn't look to see if we've got some number 4 top pins, but definitely gonna need them. Okay. And then the other thing that was difficult for me to learn was just to concentrate and make sure you're not putting more than 3 or however many pins you need to put in each chamber. Make sure you don't accidentally screw up and put them in the chamber next to it. You know, stuff like that. Okay. And just in case if people are able to see what pins I'm pulling out, you decode a key that way. Just get to look at my smiling, my concentration face. Just to keep it all secret. Keep it secret. Even though, like I said, it is a restricted key blank, so I'm not going to be able to find one, most likely. And I haven't told you where this place is. Not going to either, so... I know everybody has their own little, quirks about how they do IC. All right, so there, did that, move those over there. So then what we do is, just gonna do that because I'm gonna be moving. You take the little capping block like this, slide your core in there, and then take your little short springs. These cores like the short springs. You take them, drop them in. The top of the capping block has holes, so you drop the springs in. Since the springs kind of stick up, you wouldn't be able to put the springs in the core first and then slide it in here. So you have to drop them in from the top. And make sure you get one in each chamber. Don't put 2 in one chamber. That doesn't work well. Key won't work. And then we've got little caps. And these caps are just barely bigger than the chambers. And so when we punch them down on there, it actually seals the top of it. And I got 2 caps there, so you have to hold your fingers over it. Still didn't get that one. Because you don't want to dump all your pins. There we go. Obviously, Splinter is not level at the moment. And if you don't have arthritis before doing this, you will after. And did I just... No. That went in there. And you put one in each. And then Hey Jeff, good morning. Let's see. Let's look here. Still can't stand IC. Find it boring. Yeah. It took me a long time to get it, down. How many people cap all 7 before trying at least one key? I used to do it just chamber by chamber. I would pin the first chamber, cap it, test the key, and then just move on and on like that. I've pinned enough of these now that out of this particular job that I'm okay not doing that. But I will go, like, the first time that I'm pinning one, I'll test the first chamber, test the next one, and so on and so forth. So anyway, we take our little capping punch, drop that down in the block, take the hammer, smack it. Then if your core slides out of the capping block easily, means that you got them all in there at the right level. I'm not happy with this one on the end. So I'm going to tap it again. There we go. And that, if you can see that, that's what the capping looks like. So now here's the moment of truth where take our keys and you can see it tracks the lug. And the operating key turns it. So cool. One down. And I think for this project we've got about 40 more, 30 or 40 more to go. So yeah, it's a big job. It's actually for, well, I'm not going to say who it's for. Even just a hint. I wasn't going to say the name, obviously, but yeah. Anyway, it's a big project, and they're existing customers of ours, so getting all that done, swapping everything out. They were tired of not knowing who all had keys, so that's why they wanted to go with a restricted keyway, and we were happy to sell it to them. Hey Delp, good morning. Let's see, just so Jeff, you do what? 3 and then test? 3 and then test? Okay. I mean, like I said, the very first I-core that I ever pinned, I pinned it like 6 times before it worked. And you know, this one, like I said, with these, since I've done close to 100 of them, I know that I'm picking up which ones, and I know my sequence, and it's just kind of muscle memory now. So I don't go back and test it, and I've had 2, out of all the ones that I've done on this project, I had 2 that didn't turn out right, or that didn't work, or one of them, the, what was it? The control key didn't work, but the change key did. And then the other one, I'm not sure if it's a bad core itself, because I've pinned it twice, and neither time the key goes in. Like the control key will go in and come back out, but it won't retract the lug. And then the change key goes in the change key will go in like 2 cuts and stop. So, and like I said, I've dumped them. dumped them, started all over again, put it back in. So I need to check that when I get back to the shop. That's a Monday morning thing. Let's see here. Get another driver. Another one of these, the capper or the ejector, because my boss actually broke every ejector that we had a while back, because we had key mark, and we had a key mark core that just wasn't working no matter how we pinned it up, and trying to eject the pins out of a key mark IC, just that sucked, and he wound up breaking every single one that we had. So there are more at the shop. I don't plan on needing to eject any of these that I do here over the weekend. If I do, then I will if I need to, but I don't have the ejector annex and all that good stuff. So yeah, it can wait. Let's see. Thank you guys. Yeah, Schlage IC is not bad. I know some people don't like Schlage IC because it's large format, but it pins up just like a normal Schlage. So, I mean, you have to watch your top pin height so you don't bind it, but other than that, it uses regular Schlage pins, keying, spacing, everything except your control key is, whatever operating key, plus it's just a little bit longer, has that tip on it. I've got one somewhere. I know I have one somewhere over here, and we actually talked about it on a live one day, but I don't see it at the moment. It's actually not that bad. You just, whenever you get it, because you actually just follow it through like you would a normal cylinder. And whenever you do that, you just have to make sure that you don't lose your control lug and ring and little pin and everything on the end of it. Sargent IC, I've pinned these before, and as long as you know what your two pins are for the control lug, and you put those in there correctly, it's not that bad. You kind of have to balance that control lug while you're pinning it. Make sure it doesn't fall out. And I think the way I did it, I've only done like a handful of these, but I didn't yell and cuss as much as I did the first best cord that I pinned. I think the way that I did it was I just pulled the follower back halfway and did, because there are two chambers for your control lug. You can see how that's in the middle there. And I just pulled the follower halfway back and did one, then came forward and then went in from the back and did from that middle one back. It worked for me. Someplace with a lot of doors. Yes, Brian, that's correct. These are all going on someplace that has a lot of doors. Still might have a pin that got into the wrong hole in the pinning kit. Yes, that's very true. Let's see. Go, no go, key machine adjustment tool. Huh. Love LFIC, Schlage, and Yale. Yale. Ugh. Ugh. I used to think Yale was really cool, and now I've learned that just the old Yale is really cool. Don't really like anything else. Sargent, Corbin Russwin LFIC is much easier if you have the top loading toolkit. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen that, but we probably have one at the shop somewhere. Boss has bought out several, bunches of other guys that were just getting out of it. So we have a huge collection of stuff that we just don't ever use. He'll buy it for one or two machines, and we get the rest of it, or one or two, like some cases of blanks or something. Sergeant Corbin Russwin, not so much. Yeah. As long as I have my screwdriver, I can remove any oval from a door. Yale has to be top loaded. Okay. Huh. I don't think we normally touch Yale LFIC. How have you been liking the locksmith world, Tim, since you've been doing it a little while now? Still as good as when you first started? I'll say it's actually even a little bit better. It's a good question. You're interviewing me. No, actually, I really like it. And like this week, there's, with the boss being out of town, even though he's available, if I have questions, I can send him pictures. And I know the rest of you guys here, I can text or call, send pictures. Bill Bacardi, he's walked me through stuff. Jeff, you've walked me through stuff. Jay, I think I've sent you some pictures and asked you questions. If not, you're next on the list for whatever I screw up this week. But, I know I've got other people I can ask questions to, and that really helps. But the reason why I say I think I like it better now than when I first started is, I'm learning more and more, and certain things don't get to me like it used to. And so I'm getting more confident and better able to just evaluate the situation. You learn a lot of little tricks, not just from people that you work with, but you learn a lot of little tricks on your own. Like yesterday I had a rekey job. Brand new doors. House had been completely renovated, gutted, remodeled. Brand new doors and frames, brand new hardware on everything. And they wanted everything key to light because they had like two oddballs, but they'd had a bunch of different work crews in and out of the place, so they wanted everything rekeyed, obviously, because they're getting ready to move in. And I went in, and it was like 13 or 14 cylinders, but they were all Schlage and all the same, the same trim design, the same, cylinder design. So you just pop them out, throw them in a little bag, go to the next door, pop everything out. I've got like a little tiny tool pouch, and it's just for throwing cores in on big rekey jobs. Go out to the truck, and again, just kind of like you saw me set up with the system doing this. I know my bitting, I've got my keys cut, and I just kind of get into a flow and get it, knocked out, go back in, put it back on. And the contractor was there. He looked at me and said, "Dang, you're fast." He said, "I used to do some of that in maintenance." He said, "I wasn't nearly that fast." I said, "It just comes with practice." But then the owner got there, and she wanted to test a few doors, and it was my fault. I tested like 3 or 4 out of the 7 doors, and they worked fine for me. She tested them, and it was little issues like strike alignment. And I kind of wanted to tell her that she needed her contractor to fix that, since he hung brand new doors. You shouldn't be out of alignment on stuff. But I was able to adjust it just by moving strike plates a little bit. There's some strike plate adjusters that you can use to pull the door shut a little bit tighter. But it really is really cool to have this knowledge and learn more and keep on going through. You build up confidence, and then it's when you get to the big jobs that you're like, okay, this is where I need help with this, or this is what I know I need to do. I've got a couple big jobs this coming week. One is actually a massive rekey, residential, but is kind of like a farm. So there are multiple buildings. I'm actually doing a master key system for it. and it's like 25 cylinders across 5 or 6 different buildings, I think. But yeah, I mean, and James, I know you've been doing it for a little while too. A few months now, a little while now. I hope that you're learning sort of the same thing, the same tips and tricks, and we're always here too. International texting rates might not be the greatest right now, but you've got me on Twitter, so if you ever have any questions, hit us up on Twitter. We're there. Let's see. Yeah, Rune, you are absolutely correct. There is a huge difference between lock sport and locksmithing. Log sport's about putting a lock in a vise and picking it, figuring out the characteristics of how they pick and doing it for fun, taking it apart, putting it back together again to where it works. And that's great. Lock sport is awesome. And I owe my current career to lock sport. So, but there is a huge difference between taking one of these apart just to see what's inside and taking it apart, making it work to something else, making sure that you have the right cam or tailpiece on the back, making sure that you've got your timing correct in the lock that you're using it for. Just all these different things you gotta think about. And not to mention, like I said on Reddit the other week, because there was somebody who posted something, and my reply was, locksmith is a misnomer for our job. We should be called doorsmiths because we have to fix the door. I mean, first you fix the door, then you fix the lock. But yeah. And Jay, yeah, I've got your cell number. Do you have a work or uniform shirt? See lots that have nothing but blue jeans and AC/DC t-shirts. Yes, actually we do have uniform shirts. They're really, really nice polos. I would show you one, except I've got 5, and all 5 of them have been worn this week. They're all dirty. But it's like a lightweight synthetic material. They fit nicely. And you've got they're polo shirts. You got a pen pocket on your sleeve. It's embroidered with our logo. They're solid black. Everybody wears the same shirt, so we are uniform. And black is really nice because it hides, the dirt and grease that you pick up. As far as pants, you can wear shorts or pants, as long as they're in decent condition. Blue jeans are acceptable. Again, as long as it's decent and somewhat professional looking. So he's not a stickler on that at all. And, but yeah, we, it does help kind of set you aside, because I've seen locksmiths. I was honestly at the first locksmith association meeting that I ever went to. I looked at some of the people and I'm like, yeah, I would, when I was working as a cop and I saw that person, I would definitely check warrants on them if I saw them messing around a door. It's just one of those things, look sharp, act sharp, and be sharp. Even if you don't have a clue as to what's going on, just act like you do. Yeah, and I dig AC/DC too. Yeah, but knowing my luck, I'll ask someone, they'll just send me dirty texts. Numbers available on the website. Cool. Said lock picks, not. So much graphite. Well, thank you, Miko. Yeah, I mean, for one, I love being a cop, and I still am a reserve officer. Don't know how much longer I'm going to hang on to that for. Probably through the end of this year, but and I love doing it. And back when I was on, on patrol, that was cool. Even when I was supervising, that was cool because I kept going. You didn't know what was next. I stayed active, stayed busy. Yeah, I would get home and just crash and sleep. And I was on night shift, so I felt like crap all the time. But, and then assignments changed and it just kind of got stagnant. But yeah, I mean, now I'm finding, learning new stuff. Again, 8 months ago when I first started, actually July will be 1 year, so almost like 9 months ago, I guess, when I started, or 10, I don't remember. Anyway, I can't add right now. Yeah, when I did like my first, best course, like I said, it took me 6 tries to get the first one pinned right, and I hated doing it. Anytime they'd say, "Here, I need you to pin these 2," it would take me an hour to pin 2 of them. Now I sat down in 4 hours and did 40 the other night. So, I am more confident, and I love it. I love the people I work with. I love where I work. I don't think it would be as much fun if I went to work for one of the other shops in the area. So definitely the shop that you work for, people that you work for and with make a difference. That's for sure. See, back in black. Yep. Now, just so you know, I've always been well known for providing immoral support for people. So if you need immoral support, just give me a shout. See. Lots of bust out locksmiths. We're in the trade in prison. It's so funny because people will ask me, say, well, when did you start doing this legally? Whenever I pick a lock or something or, open a door, they're like, and I get lucky and I do it quickly while they're watching. And they're like, when did you start doing this legally? And I'm like, about a year ago. And then it's funny because sometimes, just depending on the person and how I feel that day, I don't always discuss it. But sometimes I'll say, actually, I was a cop before I started doing this. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, Bryn, jeans definitely would need 10 more pockets to work as workwear. I've got, 511. I've actually got a pair of 511 shorts that I got on sale, and I kind of like the pockets. They're not cargo pockets, but they've got a bunch of pockets, and they're comfortable. They fit well. Thank you, Hop Skippity. Yeah, and then I've actually got a couple pairs of Wrangler work pants and a pair of their shorts. And they're lightweight, kind of flexible. They've got cargo pockets that zip up, but they're not like baggy cargo pockets. They've got extra pockets as well. And I like those. They've held up decently, except for the one pair that I melted when we had to grind off the bottom of the metal door. And that pair was only like 2 weeks old at that point, so I was a little pissed about that. But Alpha Centauri, guten Tag, sir. The person you work for is an asshole. Work for yourself. Yeah. If you keep your first job till you get your retirement, then you can live a good life. Part-time. Yeah. I don't see, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I see myself staying where I'm at for a long time. And, you know, as long as the shop's in business and it's owned by my boss, I'll stay there. Holster pockets are great. So they just move out of the way when you sit down. Yeah. Yeah, and actually, you know, working as a cop, my police uniforms are actually 5'11". And I've worn those for years because we could actually kind of get different variations on our uniform. I mean, there were certain requirements we had to stay within. But all my 5'11 uniforms, I loved them. They were just comfortable and held up forever. Boss is always looking over your shoulder in your videos. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. I'm learning more stuff. Have a great time doing it. So, you know, for some reason we haven't gotten any good safe jobs in a while. That's what I really want. I really enjoy that. But I also like going into commercial settings and, you know, in a commercial building, they say, yeah, this door doesn't work. You know, do we need to replace all this, or what can we do for that? And it's like, we could do something. You know, we can fix it. I don't know how we're going to fix it, but we can fix it. But yeah. So, alrighty, folks. Well, I think I've filled out my hour and then some. But I've got a couple guests that are going to be coming on live. I know I've been asking for live participants and all that good stuff, but I've got two that have said yes. We're just trying to schedule dates for them to come on now. So keep your eyes open. One is actually has a fairly big lock sport channel. It's been around for a good while. And then the other is actually another distributor rep. Not Caesar again. Of course, he's always welcome to come back whenever he wants to. But this guy actually knows Caesar, even though they're competitors. They still know each other. They still communicate, laugh, cut up, have a good time, all that good stuff. So he's going to be coming on, and I've got a couple new ideas for live that for having a guest on live that I want to try. But after I get a couple of these folks on, I'm definitely going to have a round table, and I want to get somebody from each perspective. Like, I would love to get a lock sporter, a locksmith, a distributor, and if I could get one of the manufacturer reps, that would be awesome as well. And just have it go full circle to where everybody can look at it. And then I'd like to get Rune. I'd love to have you on one day. We'll schedule that. All you gotta ever do is just drop me a message on Twitter and say, hey, I want to come on live, and I'll be like, okay, just tell me when. And you're always welcome on here. So, but I'd love to get like a discussion. Since you're familiar with American hardware, I'd love to get somebody who's a locksmith here and not familiar with European hardware or hasn't really seen it, and kind of compare notes and stuff. See what they think. So, you know, something like that. And I've got some ideas for some fun and games maybe at some point. So, and then James, Doubt, we're supposed to be doing something at some point. So you gotta let me know on that. But anyway, let's see. SEO is working. Getting your safe calls too. Cool. Nice idea. Okay. Cool. Awesome. yeah, I'd love to have that whole spectrum view roundtable, and so once I get a few people, I gotta find the right people that I want on there though, that I think would make a good panel. So anyway, we'll look at that. Yeah, the birthday thing. Yep, we'll get that together, Doubt. Just shoot me a message. We'll figure it out. And I could even do like a Friday evening. We could do like a 2-part. Do like a Friday evening on your channel and then stay up partying all night and then do a Saturday morning on my channel. Maybe. Might be an idea. Alright guys, I'm going to wind up. I'm starting to get hungry. Really don't know if I'm going to do any work around the house today. But anyway, I need to try at least. So, y'all, have a great one. Hope y'all are at least getting some rest this weekend. And you're feeling better. I'm still a little nasally, but I'm feeling better. So, I just need a break from what we had happen this past week. God. Going from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and later some nights every day this past week. That was rough. Anyway, Legless Lockpicker, I didn't see you come in, but thank you very much. Alright, sounds good, James. Alright, y'all, have a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay out of trouble, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one, y'all.